this amount of money just was like appeared in my account. I literally woke up one day and I was like, there's 50k in my account. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Holly, and on this channel we talk about everything spirituality, mindset, astrology. And today's video, I'm going to be telling you step by step exactly how I manifested 50k out of thin air. I know, listen, I know what you're thinking. BS, clickbait, you asked their parents for it. That last one may be true because Daddy Universe did provide on this one. It really is quite frankly out of nowhere because at the time I was 14, I had no idea, no concept of manifestation. I'd never even heard of the word, I don't think, and if I did, it was extremely woo-woo, not like it is today. It's quite mainstream. When I say out of nowhere, I do mean out of nowhere. When I realized that this was kind of crazy in a sense is when my parents asked me, like, where did this money come from? And I genuinely had no idea. Like, I was like, wait, what? Genuinely was like mind boggled that this amount of money just was like appeared in my account. This is a step-by-step of how 14-year-old me manifested this money. So I know a lot of people who talk about manifestation say, have a clear goal, you know, you need to have this specific number, get really precise in what you want. This is good in some places, but with manifestation techniques, you don't need to do everything. Like, I know Jim Carrey, he's big on manifestation, and he wrote himself a check for, I don't know, like $5 million or a large number of money, and that was his form of manifesting, and he kept looking at it and believing that that's what he manifested. And that is a great tool. I really do recommend doing that because you've got the visualization aspect. But for me at 14 years old, who did have no idea what manifestation was, all I knew in my mind was my bank account was growing. I just kept my focus on the goal, and that goal for me was gaining money in my bank account. I was visualizing every single day. I used to check my online banking app every single day. I was visualizing my account getting bigger and bigger. All my focus and attention was on money going in my account. Money was not going out of my account, and if it did, I knew that whatever I was spending, I was gaining back like 3 times as much. That was just something that I programmed into my subconscious mind, that whatever I spent came back to me 3 times. In manifestation, there is blocks that you have, there's limiting beliefs you have, especially around money, that you need to remove those blocks and able to manifest. But it's really interesting to me looking back at this. I did have limiting beliefs, I did have a slight lack mindset, but the will for me to manifest money was so strong that I was just like, F you, limiting beliefs. And I think that's a really valuable lesson to learn, especially when you know what your limiting beliefs are. When you know what your limiting beliefs are, that's 90% of the work. The other 10% is like doing tools like EFT, tapping, hypnosis, things like that to get rid of those limiting beliefs. But when you know what it is, you can literally tell it to F off. You really can. And I really believe that's what I did, because I did not let this limiting beliefs, this lack mindset affect me manifesting more money, or in me at 14, accumulating more money. So as I said, visualization was a really big part of that. Visualizing my bank account getting bigger, and I could really feel it vibrationally was just getting bigger. And I was feeling, how would I feel when I have more money? How am I gonna feel the next time I see my bank balance and it's £1,000 more? How am I gonna feel? I'm gonna feel excited. I'm gonna feel, yes, I'm on the road to gaining more money. And that's a really important thing to remember, is the feeling is the secret. You want to embody that version of yourself that has more money. You want to feel how they would feel. And in this scenario, I didn't visualize the end goal of me having £50,000, £100,000. I visualized me having £1,000 more pounds, every time it was 1,000 more pounds, every time it was 500 more pounds, every time it was 50 more pounds, I would visualize myself before opening the app. I would take a moment, and I do this now, I take a moment and I think, oh my gosh, me with like 50 more pounds, I'm so excited to see this number. So I'm going to emphasize again, there was this laser focus I had on this goal, and I think with all highly successful people, when they have a goal, there's nothing stopping them from this goal. There's these outside forces telling you, you can't do this, you can't do that, you know, this isn't possible, you're not good enough. All I was focused on was gaining more money. And it's almost addictive. It's like you're addicted to progress. When you get a small taste of that next level of success, that fuels your fire to think, this is possible. It instills the self-belief that you can do this. And whenever I used to see more money in my account, even if it was like £2, that did not get me upset. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, £2, that's rubbish. I was still happy and grateful for even that small amount to enter my account, because I knew I was still on an upward trajectory. And even if it went down, I wasn't like, oh my god, this is it, I'm on a downward spiral. Okay, moving on. It's actually making me emotional talking about this, knowing like 14-year-old me was so intuitive to manifesting. A really interesting thing that used to happen to me is I believed that money flowed to me. I believed when I was out, I would find money on the floor. I would find notes on the floor. I would find notes in my pocket. I would find people left change in the cash register. I don't know if that's illegal, but I used to take it. But it wasn't just like a one-time thing. I truly believed every time I would go in a supermarket, I would find money in the cash dispenser thing, like, you know, on self-checkout. And that's just really interesting to me, because that is another manifestation technique. It's like affirmations, saying to yourself something is to be true, and then it becomes true to you. It becomes part of your experience because you believe it. And I kept affirming to myself, money just flows to me. And it was an affirmation I said all the time. Money just comes to me. I find money everywhere. And it's just so crazy that I used to do this at 14 when I had no idea what affirmations were. Like, I'd never heard of the things. Deals and offers used to pop out of nowhere for me. And I believe this to be the law of assumption. I assumed offers would come out of nowhere. Whenever I was online, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna get an offer. Yeah, there's gonna be a deal somewhere. I wanted to purchase something like, I don't know, a Hoover. I wouldn't buy a Hoover at 14, but say I was buying a Hoover and there was a specific model that I wanted. I would assume that, say it's like £100, I would assume I would find one for half the price. And, you know, I wouldn't give up on finding this deal until I found it. And I keep searching Google and keep searching Google until I found it, because I knew it was gonna pop up. I assumed offers always came to me, and they did, because it's a law. So with the affirmations, you can do this yourself, where you can say things like, I am so lucky, I am so abundant, I find money everywhere, money flows to me, money loves me, I am constantly attracting money. And when you repeat these affirmations enough times, it will become part of you and part of your reality, because your inner reality reflects your outer reality. Everything starts within. What you believe to be true is true. That is just the way of vibration works. When your vibration is radiating this person of abundance, the outer reality has to reflect that. I only really realized this was manifesting like 1 or 2 years ago, and I looked back on this moment, I was like, wait a minute, I really did manifest 50k. And actually I spent 20,000 of the 30,000 pounds in a very short amount of time, and that was a minor setback. That wasn't me like, oh my gosh, I've literally spent 20,000 pounds of the 50,000 pounds. That's almost half. And within a year I gained it back, like without having a job, without having any stable income. I gained it back in a year out of nowhere. Like, I really can't describe to you how much this is really out of nowhere. When you really are in my position and you really feel what I felt in that time, and you know, I'm not making this up, like it really did feel like it came out of nowhere. And that is just the power of your mind and the power of laser focused vision. When you have a vision, nothing can stop you but you and your mind. The universe will literally conspire for you when you truly believe this is what you want and nothing is in my way to stop me getting there. And even like your family, your friends telling you like money's bad, you know, people who have money are evil. These are all limiting beliefs that we've been programmed to have. Another thing that is really prominent in like Disney movies and things is the way that the villain is usually, if not always, wealthy. Like really think about that one. Often the main character is like poor or like not as wealthy. The boss that's always like being really horrible to their employees, they are always the wealthy ones. And that instills a belief from a very young age that having money means you're bad. If your family's not very financially good with money and they spend more than they earn, that can be a limiting belief for you that, you know, money always leaves. Things like that can really block your manifestation. When you believe in this vision so much that you will do anything to have it, no matter what the setbacks, you are gonna get there. Limiting beliefs literally don't even matter. When you have the will to do something, you will do it. However small it was, I still saw it as progress to me making more money. And I think often people can think like the little things don't matter, like, oh, me skipping one workout, it's fine. But all those small habits are votes for the type of person you want to become. I heard this in Atomic Habits. Every time you do something, it's a vote for who you are becoming. So it's like a voting poll. When you take a vote for you not being a gym person and you say, oh, you know, one day doesn't matter, I'll skip the gym, that's a mistake. What he says in the book is when you make a mistake twice, it's not a mistake. Once is a mistake, twice is you starting the road to forming a new habit of someone that doesn't go to the gym. So to recap, the manifestation tools that I used when I was 14, when I didn't even know what manifestation tools were visualization. I visualized my bank account getting bigger. Belief, the core belief that I knew every day I was gaining more money. Affirmations, I repeated to myself, money always is flowing to me. I find deals everywhere. I'm always saving money. Every day my bank account grows. Telling limiting beliefs to F off. Can't really explain that one much more. Always choosing the habit of becoming the person I want to be. And really just the drive, just the vision. Just the vision of I knew I was an abundant person and I would do whatever it takes to be financially secure. Just having full faith in that and the passion for that. With all this into consideration, I still find it completely mind-boggling that 50K literally landed in my bank account. I used to see it growing, but I was not consciously aware that it was like getting this big. It's like when you lose weight, you know you're kind of losing weight, but then when you look back on like the progress pictures of where you started and where you are now, you're like, wait, what? And that was literally me. Like I literally woke up one day and I was like, there's 50K in my account. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful and I hope you manifest 50K for yourself. Please like, subscribe if you have enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I wanna kiss you, yeah, I just wanna feel you.